Well, today I have an exciting guest on, and I'm so excited to share her with you. She is one of my VIP members. She is so sweet, and she is a very talented wreath maker. So I'm going to introduce you to Rachel. Say
Hello.
hi. So Rachel is one of my VIP members, and I just wanted to interview her to let you all know what it's like to be in the VIP group and just give an example of a shining student who has taken what I've said and run with it and even had to slow down a little bit because everybody's life is different. You have 4 kids at home? Four
Yes.
kids?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's a busy girl and they're young. So
Yeah.
anyway, Rachel, first just tell me what you were thinking and what were you thinking? No, it's not what I mean.
Crazy.
What were you thinking when you decided to join the VIP group? Where were you at and what were you hoping to get from it?
Yeah. Well, I had maybe 5 months prior to joining the VIP group, I had just started making wreaths. I made a dollar store wreath for my front door, and I didn't watch any tutorials, so I had no idea what I was doing, but I just wanted a wreath on my door. And a friend saw it and wanted to buy it. And so that kind of kicked off the venture into wreath making. And then I just started making more and loved it and started posting them on Facebook and sold a few. And then I didn't know how to ship them. I had a friend out of state who wanted to buy one. And so I Googled how to ship a wreath. And Jenny's, your YouTube tutorial came on. And that was my
I love
introduction to
that.
Jenny. And then, I feel like you watch one video of Jenny's and you're just hooked. You just want to watch them all. So, so I started watching more and learned so much. And then I learned about your VIP group and I was like, that sounds amazing. I think I would love to join that. So I asked my husband and he was like, sure. And that's how I joined. Yeah.
I love that. Well, I'm so glad you joined. I remember you
Yeah.
posting in the group, like, what do you think of this wreath? And this is what I had. And I've seen a ton of improvement. Not saying no, you have
Yes.
improved so much really fast. Your wreaths are gorgeous now.
Oh, thank you,
They're so,
Jenny.
so pretty. I love that.
Thank
So,
you.
on that note, how do you think your wreath making has improved since being in the group?
Oh my goodness. Like it's like night and day. At least that's how it feels like to me. It really is. Like Jenny will just she teaches you everything. I mean, when I started, I had no technique, I didn't, and it just took so much longer because I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I needed hot glue. But Jenny you teach us like what tools to use, what are the best ones, how to just start with a basic greenery wreath and just build on from there. And it's just transformed how I make wreaths. I feel like I'm now confident in my wreath making skills to the point that I could show my daughter how to do this. And a year ago that would not have been the case. So I'm so grateful. Yeah.
That could be in her future. She could be a helper eventually.
I'm scheming. Like an
Family
old
business.
girl.
I know my daughter, she's 10 now and she really wants to help. I'm like, couple more years, you're going to
Oh,
be an employee.
yes. Oh my
Actually,
goodness.
for tax purposes, I'm going to be having her be my employee soon because she does help a lot.
It's
My
so
little
exciting.
model, and yeah, your kids, I've seen your reels.
They're helpers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk to your
We put them
CPA
to
about
work.
that because it can be helpful. Let's see. So you started your Etsy shop about 4 or 5 months ago, right?
Yes,
6
in
or 5?
September. Hmm.
Yeah. So, what were your expectations for starting that, and how did that look for you, and how did it do?
Yeah, yeah. I think my expectations, I try to keep them kind of low, you know. I went in with a different strategy, and it was actually one that that you suggested to do kind of a fall launch. So we had just moved out of state in the summer, and so it was a big
Mhm.
transition. And I just joined Instagram that summer, so I did kind of a lot of advertising on Instagram, and then started the Etsy shop. So I actually had a few sales from the get-go from the advertising. And I think that's what really just got the shop on a steady, like slow but steady pace. I guess I knew that going in from the summer that I had a few sales to start, but then I just didn't expect it to kind of keep growing. I just thought it'll slow down, but it kind of just stayed steady. For me, it's like it's still slow, but like steady. And
Oh yeah, you did more in your first opening than I did my whole first year. So
well, but you taught us everything that you know.
no, it's great. I'm so glad to have helped you get there faster because oh man, I don't want anyone to struggle like I did my first year. I learned so much since then.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm so happy for you and the success you've had. And I know for you and the part you are like your season of life, you might not have time to have a really busy shop. And I know it can get overwhelming. I know I started when I only have 3 kids, not 4. And I had 1 in school and the other 2 were still at home. And I
Yes.
can't imagine, like, it can get overwhelming. So what are some things you've done in your shop to deal with that?
Well, it's a good question. I'm like currently in that process, right? Because I took a few weeks ago, I just took a little break from social media, and it was so wonderful because it gave me more time to create new designs and to really like kind of build my shop a little more. And it gave me more sales, believe it or not. I started getting like a lot more sales.
Oh, wow.
So now I really am at the point of like I need to. This is hard. I'm still in process, but some of the wreaths that are selling and have now like sold out, just I sold a handful. I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I won't restock yet, which is hard because you could just you can keep going with it. And for those VIP members who's like, by the way, so many of our group, their shop, we have a number of people who started when I did, and their shop's just like taken off even more than mine, more sales. It's people are doing wonderful work. But yeah, for me, I think maybe not restocking some of those and just focusing on, I'm really loving my greenery wreaths right now, the large ones. And so I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll kind of hunker down on that, just focus a little bit on that. And when I have the time, restock some of those seasonal kind of.
I love that you can do that. You can pick the ones that you want to make and focus on that and slow it down if you need to. But you have the option, and that's so great. I love that.
Yes. Yeah.
And because everybody has different goals. So some people might want this to be their full-time income right away. And honestly, I think if you wanted to, you could totally do that. But you're not there yet. You don't want that yet.
Right.
But honestly, I think when you want it, you're going to get it.
Oh,
So
Jenny,
just
that's
seeing
encouraging.
your designs are beautiful and your reels are hilarious. So
we have fun with those. I know you would enjoy doing those too. They're fun.
oh, the one where you're dancing in Hobby Lobby with your kids. I'm just imagining how embarrassed I would be. But the commitment, I can fully appreciate that. That was great.
I'm just like that in normal everyday life. So I haven't shown that since. I had very few followers when I showed that video, Jenny. So
I think you should
I'm
repost
debating
it.
whether to show that again.
Oh my goodness. What is one thing that you have learned that you think has helped you the most?
Ooh. Practically, I mean, I've just learned the proper technique of how to make a wreath. And that might sound really basic, but I mean that's your building block for your shop. That's your product right there. And Jenny, Jenny is such a fabulous teacher. I know any VIP member who's watching this right now is like, yes, she is 110%. You're just
so sweet.
amazing. No, you really are. You are so gifted in teaching. And like the proof is in the pudding. All these VIP members with Etsy shops, it's amazing. But yeah, you really break it down. You start in your VIP group, you have all the levels, and starting from basic to more complex wreaths. And yeah, that's just helped me the most. Like just good, solid teaching has really helped me on the practical level every day. And I think I'm trying to think more of on a personal note, on like a heart level. I think I've learned people matter more than wreaths. And I love wreaths. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
We love our wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about the creative process, and I love that people get to put them on their door. But the thing that I love even more is like you get to welcome people into your home. You know, it plays a small part in the greater hospitality of your life, you know. And I think something that was very unexpected from this VIP group was getting to know so many of these amazing women. So yeah, those of you watching who are VIPs, you're amazing. Like I adore this group of wreath makers. That's been like an even sweeter side, I feel like, of the VIP group, has been getting to know some of these women, being in each other's lives. It's been wonderful. Yeah, and that's all from Jenny.
Oh,
Jenny's group.
you give
It's
me
your
too much
group.
credit. No, I love, there are some who are, and this is my personality, is when I'm in a group, I am quiet. I'm a lurker. I
Yeah.
don't usually get to the lives. I usually watch replays and then I just kind of sit back. I'll read stuff in the community, but I hardly ever comment. But you are the opposite. You are so involved. You are so encouraging to the group. I love having you in there. You are just such a huge asset to the
Oh,
group. So there's lots of different kinds of people in the group, and I can
yes,
appreciate all of them because I'm more the
absolutely.
quiet ones that, I mean, there's people in there that I don't even know they're in there because they never say anything, but then they are
Yep.
doing amazing on Etsy, but they're
Yes.
just a different personality. But then there's people like
Mhm.
you in there and lots of others who are so helpful and so encouraging. And I love when there's all the questions, because when people sometimes ask questions and they're like, oh, this is a dumb question. I'm like, no, it's not. For every person who is willing to post their question in the community, there's probably 10 or 20 who have the same question. And
Yes.
so we can all learn from that. And that's what I love about the community, because there are some of you who are in completely different situations than me. And so you can have more input in certain areas. So I just love that aspect. And I seriously root for every one of you. I love
Yes.
seeing your success. Your success is my success. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yes.
I'm so, I don't know, I'm just so proud of you.
Oh, thank
I
you,
just
Jenny.
love,
Oh.
I don't know. I just know what a blessing my Etsy shop has been in my life. And
Mhm.
sometimes it doesn't feel like that. If I'm really busy, my kids are like, Mom, doesn't feel like a blessing. Look at the school you get to go to. This is a blessing. But yeah, I just want that for you guys. And I
Yeah.
know that it's possible. And sometimes it's hard. I
Mhm.
know
Mhm.
during slow seasons, people get really discouraged. Man, I just know a lot of people would have, like, my first year when I was figuring things out, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't fully committed and my wreaths weren't great yet. So let's be honest. Um,
We all started
they,
there.
so many people would have quit then. And so
Mhm. Yeah.
I just want to encourage them, like, oh, it could be just, you could be so close. Anyway, yeah, what are your plans? And it doesn't have to be about your shop, but it could be more balanced, slow and consistent. So what are your plans?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think, like I kind of mentioned, the focusing on the greenery wreaths,
Mhm.
because I have one in particular that has sold. It's my bestseller. It's not a bestseller on Etsy, but it's mine.
Yeah, that's
Um,
great.
and then when I have the time to do those seasonal reads, because I do love creating new designs. I really enjoy that. And something my husband recently said, he said he wants to give me one Saturday a month to, because he just knows it's so refreshing to me to get to create like a new design, or if there's a wreath that I wanted to list for like 6 months and I just haven't gotten to yet. There are some. I know that's really bad. Jenny's probably like, Rachel, list those wreaths. Yeah, he's so sweet. He's so supportive. So yeah, I have a wreath that I've been wanting to list, and I'm waiting until March. So first Saturday of March. So that's kind of my steady plan, is focus on the greenery wreaths and the ones that are selling, and then that first Saturday of the month, maybe if I have the time, list a new one. I try to keep, I think what I'm trying to do now too is think about those things in my life that are the non-negotiables, that like the people, the relationships, the things that are the main thing. And if those things start to slide, then I know my shop for me is getting a little too busy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's seasons and Christmas. I know everyone's it's like crazy at Christmas. For Jenny, it's crazy at Christmas. um, yeah, but in the long term, I wanna operate from a place where I'm thriving and I have the energy. And in 4 years, when all my kids are in school, then that's when I would just love, that I'll have the time and
Oh
maybe
man,
like
it's gonna be
fun. But
great.
oh, would it be fun? I'm dreaming. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. But
Having that chunk of time when all the kids are in school, you can just get so much done. Yep. And you're learning your designs just keep getting better. You're learning so much, and you're gonna have, even if you keep your shop slower now at whatever pace you want, you are going to have so much listing quality and customer market experience score. Your numbers are going to be higher. So when you're ready to take it to the next level at whatever pace you want, you're going to be so much more prepared. So I know you were worried about starting soon. I feel like I kind of talked you into it. Maybe
you did. You were like, you could do it.
I just knew you could,
I'm
and I'm
so
so glad you
thankful.
did. But I didn't want to push you because you need to do what's best for you. And I know you prayed about it, and which I love.
Yeah, no, I'm so grateful. Guys, Jenny, yeah, you just got great advice. I mean, she'll
Thank you.
always encourage you. You need to do what's best for your family. Yeah, I've just reached out. How do you manage with kids? Just to ask your personal, how'd you do it? And that's what's great too, I think, about the group is you can just ask all these questions. And not only Jenny, but then all these other women and their experiences.
I want to know, I'm genuinely curious, what is your favorite thing about the VIP group? Let's say I was
Yeah.
cleaning house, I was scaling it down. What is one thing that you could not do without? Like you'd be really disappointed if it wasn't there.
Oh, I think the new designs. I mean, I could talk for hours about how much I love this VIP group and everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
But just
Sweet.
the fact that this is also a skill of Jenny's. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of lavishy with
Oh no.
all this.
No. I'm just kidding.
um,
No.
but Jenny's just able to create new designs like that, and the fact that you share them with us and help us get those wheels turning, and then can start with that wreath, and then make it your own, and that is so helpful. Especially there's different giftings too, in the group. Like some are just amazing, brilliant kind of technicians. Like they're just so good at making them. Maybe coming up with new designs is more challenging and takes more time. And so Jenny just saves you so much time and just like is you're so generous with what you share with us. I love that. I love seeing, I think we all get excited when you are, posting in the month of, okay,
Yeah.
next Monday we're gonna do our new roof design,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's fun having an excuse to come up with new designs and play with new florals and like, what's for my group? It's so fun. I love it. If someone was thinking about joining the VIP group, maybe they're not sure if it's right for them or whatever, what would you say to them? Maybe they're on the fence.
Yes. Yes. I I mean, I'm biased because I'm in your group, but I would totally say go for it. And there are so many reasons why. And also, I didn't know what questions Jenny would ask me, so she doesn't know how I'm answering this either. Just so you know, Jenny's not paying me to say this. No, I would say go for it because you will learn so much, whether you just enjoy making wreaths as a hobby or whether you are wanting an Etsy shop. And let me tell you, if you want an Etsy shop, like Jenny, she is your girl. She's going to get you there, and she's going to get you there faster and with less tears. She knows what she's doing. And there's just, yeah, again, it's like proof is in the pudding. All these women, we're just so enjoying what we're doing. And the common denominator is Jenny, it's her group. So you could even join. I remember when I joined, I mean, if you join, I think you should stay in it for sure. And I think once you join, you'll see you're going to want to stay. But I remember when I joined, I could only join for like a month. And then I just didn't have the time to work on wreaths family stuff going on. But then I rejoined. You know, you can always do that. Really, once you have an Etsy shop and if you sell just one wreath a month that pays for the group, it does. And it is like, Jenny, I think what I so appreciate too is you have made it so cost effective for us, because the amount of information that you share with us and the availability you give us in terms of answering questions is like through the roof. We should all be paying you so much more. So
Okay,
it's
I'm just kidding.
yeah, but no, really, like she's really made it she's made it so worth your while. And I continue to be floored by how much information you share with us, and it's clear, it's concise, it's easy to follow, and it's fun. I think that's something too. If you join, like, I don't know how you can't not have a good time. Did I say that right? You're gonna have a good time if you join Jenny's group. It's just a treat. It really is. It's a delight.
I
So yeah.
love it. I get so excited for Mondays. Because
Oh,
that's my live days with you guys, at least 3 out of 4. So 3 days, 3 Mondays I'm live, and then one is the featured wreath that's pre-recorded and everything. And
yeah.
I love it. I'm always like on a
Oh,
high afterward, after chatting with you guys or making the wreath, or
oh,
I love it. It's so fun. So I'm so glad that you like it too, because I mean, I couldn't be able to do
yeah.
it without people like you. So yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, any final thoughts you want to share? Any advice from Rachel? Yeah, because you're a wise woman. So
Oh. My only advice I could say right now is just because I've been thinking on it and pondering on it, is just it's so easy to compare. It's so easy to compare where you are to where someone else is. And it's not the way to go, because everyone is at a different place in life. You've got different priorities, you've got different skill sets. Some of these women, you know, you look at shops that have really grown through Jenny's group, like, and they've been doing it for years, you know. And so if you're just beginning, like, celebrate those wins. I think that's what I also really enjoy about the group, is Jenny's all about like celebrating the wins and encouraging one another. And I think, yeah, I think if you can see other wreath makers and cheer them on and know that we're in this together, you know,
mhm.
I think it's the way to go. It's the way you're going to enjoy it and get the most out of the group. And that would be, I guess, the tidbit of wisdom I have any to share.
I
Yeah.
love that is great advice. And I was actually just thinking about that when I was reading some people who are discouraged. Yeah, I was going to actually make a post about that in the group this week. So
Well, yeah,
but
maybe.
yeah, I think it was John Acuff that said, don't compare your beginning with someone else's middle. And that is so true.
Mhm.
And everybody can get in this trap. I can get in this trap easily. I have to set timers. Like, I don't actually set a literal timer. I'll look at the clock and say I need to be off at this time. So I will, or it might be like my coffee. Once my coffee is done, I am off of Instagram. So I will literally set like 15 minutes and then
Yeah.
I'm off. It looks like I'm on all day and responding, but you just use those little margins and just don't spend time on social media if it drains you or discourages you.
Yes. Yes. And it's so easy
Oh,
to just waste time on social media, you
oh
know?
yes,
Yes.
easily.
So,
Yeah, I know. It's really bad when I'm looking at reels. And like 20 minutes has passed. I'm like, I could have made an order. But sometimes it is nice to shut your brain off, but
yes,
just
sure. Oh, sure.
but yeah, it's such a waste sometimes. But
Yeah.
unless you're watching mine or Rachel's reels, it's a waste. I'm just kidding.
Using Instagram wisely. I mean, it is
Yes,
a great tool. It is such a great tool.
it's a great
Um,
tool, but tools, if used wrong, can be bad. So
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's good and it's neutral. Just got to
Yes.
use it for
Yes.
your benefit. All right, everybody, say thank you to Rachel. Thanks for being here.
Happy VIPs. Come join
Yeah.
us.
Isn't she the greatest? I just love Rachel so much. She is just such a blessing to the VIP group. If you join, you will love her. She's in there encouraging people all the time. Anyway, she's a great example. But if you enjoyed this, I will leave a link in the description of this video if you want to learn more about the VIP group. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.